On April the 5th, Sargon of Akkad uploaded a video called "Why is Everyone Leaving the Left?", where he was criticizing a video made by a guy called Kevin on a woman called Lindsay Shepherd, who described why she had left the left. If she left the left, I guess she was right about the right. In his video, Sargon also discussed why the left loves censorship. He admits that there are people in the far right too that are pro-censorship, but the difference is that the far right is powerless. The left controls institutions that are actively censoring people. The reason why the left has no problem with censorship is that their highest value is equality, Sargon says, and the striving for equality allows for censorship. Liberals, on the other hand, regard freedom as the highest value, and this does not allow for censorship. Sargon goes as far as claiming that arguing against censorship means defending liberalism, and whoever defends censorship is no liberal. Does this mean that a person who supports censorship for things like child pornography or extreme sadistic violence in movies cannot be a liberal? Sargon himself is not willing to allow a baker to refuse baking a wedding cake for a gay couple. He wants the state to force the baker to bake this gay wedding cake against the baker's will. That doesn't sound very liberal to me. That question aside, Sargon definitely is right in claiming that people who defend free speech, even for people they despise, are liberals, at least in a certain sense. The claim that free speech is ultimately beneficial to all comes from liberal philosophers. But the left is not willing to allow free speech for people who don't share their views, and the reason, Sargon says, is their obsession with victimhood. They think it's not okay for people to be the victims of hurt feelings, and thus state power is to be used against people who have done nothing more than offend people. This, Sargon says, was the reason for the conviction of Count Dankula. Count Dankula is a Scottish YouTuber. This March he was convicted of being grossly offensive because of a video he had made in April 2016 of his girlfriend's dog giving the fascist salute. In the video he says that he wanted to turn his girlfriend's dog into the least cute thing he could think of, just because she was always ranting about how cute and adorable the dog was. From this it is obvious that the whole thing was a joke at the expense of his girlfriend, and that Count Dankula does not support fascism or Nazism. The video was intended to be seen by friends only. On March 19 this year, Count Dankula was convicted of hate crime. According to Sargon, Count Dankula is a victim of leftist victimhood. Possibly victimhood is being used as a justification per se of leftist politics, he says. Personally, I think that the ultimate justification is not victimhood but utopian egalitarianism. Victimhood follows from this, and the left always takes the side of the person or group they consider to be the weaker in a weird hierarchical order. Blacks before whites, women before men, Muslims before women. The left is denying the problem of victimhood because they don't believe in personal responsibility, Sargon says. Personal responsibility is an individualistic position, and thus a right-wing stance. A black robber is being shot because of institutional racism, not because it's his own fault. Wanting to censor every kind of entertainment like video games, comic books and Halloween costumes makes the left into a fun police, which makes them extremely boring, Sargon says. But leftists are not only preventing people from having fun, they are ruining people's lives because of a photo, a debate or a simple joke. People are blamed because they appeared on the same picture as a person with non-leftist views, or because they took part in a debate with non-leftists. Liberals, libertarians, conservatives, alt-righters and others are being lumped together and called bigots and racists. Everyone who doesn't agree with the left is a Nazi, and there is no reason to talk to a Nazi. According to Sargon, the leftists attack their character because they know they cannot win a debate with these people. Personally, I think the reason is more to be found in the fact that leftist ideology is a religion, that of utopian egalitarianism. Leftists are religious fundamentalists who think with their feelings. Either you are in the church or you are not. There is no cool distance, and above else there is no self-distance. Coleridge once said, "Whoever loves Christianity more than truth will soon love his own church more than Christianity, and in the end he will love himself most of all."